Hi guys, it's Annie. I'm back with another video about my fabulous Tieks. But wait, Annie, I thought you said you made a video before in which you said that Tieks were really great for wide feet. What happened? Well, long story short, due to some random issue with the return policy, exchange policy, I had to exchange them instead of returning them for this pair of rose gold Tieks. I decided to size up in them, which helped slightly with the wide feet issue. And I thought I'd do a quick video saying some of the things I did to break in my Tieks and also what I do to prevent them from getting smelly. So I thought that this video would be really great for those of you out there who have an issue with wide, smelly feet but really want to make Tieks work. So let's get into it. First, I want to talk about actually making these Tieks work for your wide feet. If you are a half size, size up to the next size. If you're a full size, still size up to the next full size. You can always stuff a little bit of cotton in the front of your shoe, but you can't really change the width of the shoe to a certain extent. Next, the second thing I did was I used a bunch of socks to stuff into the shoe. Stuff as many pairs of socks as you can into the shoe until it seems like it will fit and until it's completely flat. Then just let it sit for a couple of days and you should be relatively good to go. Obviously, you'll still need to walk around a bit to break them in, but this accelerates the breaking in process tremendously. Third thing I would do to recommend stretching out these shoes for your wide feet is investing in a good shoe stretcher. Unfortunately, I didn't really think that $20 on a shoe stretcher from Amazon would be a worthwhile investment if these are my only pair of shoes that need stretching. But if you do have a lot of issues with shoes that need a tremendous amount of time breaking in and you have really wide feet and you own a lot of pairs of flats, then I would recommend probably looking into investing in a good shoe stretcher from Amazon.com or any other website. Next comes the issue of how do I make these shoes less smelly. I know in my last video I mentioned that my feet are really wide, but I didn't really mention that sometimes my feet smells because it sweats a lot in the summer. So there are two primary methods I've used to prevent my shoes from smelling. The first method is investing in some shoe liners. So the ones I have here are leather on one side and foam on the other side. I bought these with a pair of boots. They came with the boots, but you can also find shoe liners of all types on Amazon or eBay. And if you buy them from China, they can be as cheap as $2. However, I haven't really used one before, so I can't vouch for their quality. I also know that there are shoe liners that you can actually take out of the shoe and wash. They're rewashable, so that's a really good investment for $10 to $12 if you're interested in that. So you take this shoe liner and you stick it right into the Tieks. I find that for me, the top portion of Tieks sweats a lot more than the bottom portion, so I can just stick it right in and I'm good to go. The thing that I really love about shoe liners is also if one of your feet is slightly bigger than the other one, you can just get both pairs of Tieks or whatever shoes and you can cut the shoe liner in half and just stick it in one pair of the shoe. So this way, the foot that is slightly bigger will have more room and the room that is slightly smaller will have this extra cushioning as a layer to help fill some of the spaces in your shoe. I'm not sure if you noticed before, but there's actually a layer of lining that I put into the shoe that doesn't come off. If you're curious what this is, then it's actually just plain moleskin. I've heard stories of people putting moleskin into the toe box of their shoe in order to make their toe protrusions less prominent, and I thought, hey, why not? Why don't I just stick this into the actual insole of the shoe? So the pro is that this is actually quite effective at stopping the smell. I'm not sure if you actually looked at moleskin, but the bottom has a layer that's impervious. I'm not really sure what the word is, but prevents liquids from seeping through. If you sweat a lot, then this prevents the sweat from actually reaching the leather on the bottom of your shoe. Here's an example of some insoles that I cut out, worn in my Tieks, and took it back out again. I think that this is pretty gross, but hey, would you rather have this on moleskin that you can just rip out and toss away, or would you rather have these sweaty foot marks on your actual Tieks that you paid $200 for? Just think about that for a moment. One thing that I would recommend if you're choosing to go this option and make your own little liners that you can stick into your shoe, which by the way you can just do by putting your shoe on a piece of paper, outlining it, trying to see if it fits in, and then using that piece of paper as a template for cutting out your moleskin sheets. One tip that I would have if you're trying to go the moleskin route is to first take the moleskin after you cut it out, which by the way you can just do by putting your shoe on a piece of paper and tracing out the outline and then seeing if that piece of paper fits into your shoe and then cutting and trimming it as needed. So my tip is that take the moleskin and you stick it onto your body and you rip it off a couple of times before you actually stick it into inside your shoe. What this does is once you actually are done using the moleskin and you want to take it out of the shoe, it doesn't rip off the layer of your leather and make it come out. So that's my tips and suggestions for how to break in your Tieks more easily, how to make them work for your wide feet, and how to prevent some of the sweaty, smelly factor that comes when you wear a pair of shoes really often. I've worn these shoes to work quite a bit over the past few weeks, and if you want to see an updated video later on feature of how they've held up after 6 months or after a year, then please comment below. I'd love to hear any comments that you have with my video or your experience with Tieks. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe for more future fun content like this. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.